What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and look at this. Yeah, winter has dropped, guys. It is freezing here in Tennessee, and I can't stand it. Doesn't make it good for getting cars out that are kind of tail happy, but you know, we'll be all right. Anyway, the reason I'm talking to you today, and the reason we're all gathered together, is because I did a video last year that's got over 100,000 views, and it's like talking about the top 5 best first mods for like your Foxbody. And I always kind of wanted to expand on that a little bit as far as next steps, but it was kind of difficult to do simply because I don't know what in the world you've got done to your car already. So today we're gonna go back in time a little bit, and if you're nostalgic at all, this video is gonna absolutely freaking rock. You're gonna love it. But anyway, no more talking. Let's go. Okay, guys. So number 5 on our list of the most popular retro mods for Fox bodies back in the day, is none other than the March Ram Air Kit. The March Ram Air Kit is absolutely still, and it's still for sale. You can still buy it. Is one of the best mods ever. Now, what it is it consisted of like an air box that took the place of your factory air box that had a conical K&N filter inside of it, and then it had like a big dryer ducting thing. The idea was you're driving along and crams air up in there, and it goes up the dryer vent tube, and there you go, extra horsepower. There wasn't any really good way to dyno test it, simply because you'd have to be in like a wind tunnel and a dyno at the same time. But they did look cool, and the airbox was kind of neat. I do know of a few people that may or may not have went through a large rainstorm and sucked up a lot of water and hydro blocked their engine, bent some rods and all that. But anyway, they were super cool. That's number 5. Number 4, ladies and gentlemen, and this one is on the list. They're still made to this day, and they're still extremely popular, but this one's a little different. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Vortech S-Trim Supercharger. Yes, this was back in the day when you actually had to run an oil feed line that goes from your oil pan up to the supercharger. You don't have to do that anymore. They're like self-contained. And they were noisy. Like they went, well, hold on, just listen. See what I mean about the noise? They make that noise. It's freaking awesome. The new ones are called SQ, which stands for super quiet. Like they changed the cut on the gears and made them quiet. Now, here's the deal. I did actually talk to the Vortech guys at Mustang Week, and they said they're bringing back that gear set for the Vortech Supercharger, so they'll be noisy again, which is super cool. But back in the day, if you were a baller, if you were really balling, you bought a Vortech Supercharger. This was before the Pro Chargers came out, long before anybody was mass producing turbo kits. The Kenny Bell was right around that time, but it was a little more complicated. So as far as boost goes, the Vortech Supercharger was it, and they were awesome. They sounded awesome. Just the whistle, it still tears me all up. But anyway, that is number 4. Okay, guys, so number 3. For years, the Weld drag lights have reigned supreme in the Fox body world, and like they're kind of slipping away a little bit now with all the forged wheels and the race stars and all that stuff. But the Weld drag lights, they were dirt cheap. They weighed little to nothing, and all of a sudden your car like dropped a bunch of unsprung weight, and you were fast. And not only were you faster, but you looked like a race car. Like you were now race status because you had the big and littles, or the 3s and 8s, or whatever you want to call them. The drag lights were the bomb, and to this day, there's very few wheels that look much better than the Weld drag lights, or basically a Fox body on drag wheels just looks ridiculous. But that is number 3, the Weld drag lights, classic. Okay, guys, moving on. We are down to numero dos, and again, you can shuffle these up any way you want to. I mean, this is not gospel. This is just kind of how I laid it out. Anyway, number 2 is the GT40 Intake. Yes, the GT40 Intake. Not the Explorer, not the Cobra. The GT40, the tubular intake. Those haven't been made. Oh man, I don't even know when it was probably around 2000-ish when they finally stopped making those, and now everybody's like trying to find them, and I've seen them go $600, $700, $800, like in the marketplace or on eBay or something like that. But the GT40 is essentially the same exact design as the Cobra, as the later more famous Explorer intake now that everybody calls the GT40. But it made great power. It looked absolutely phenomenal, and it was basically the only intake available as far as fuel injection. Later on, TrickFlow, Edelbrock, Holley, I mean all the other brands that you know of now had them, but way back in the day, we're talking 91, 92, about the only thing you could get was the GT40, and even though they were like $600 27, 28 years ago, they were a phenomenal intake. They look phenomenal, and well, we'll talk about that later. Okay guys, here we are, number one. And again, maybe this isn't your number one, but the Alphabet Cam. Yes guys, the same people that brought you the GT40 intake also brought you some actually super good camshafts for the small block Fords, specifically EFI, and even kind of more suited for the AOD or the T5. Back then it was the B Cam and the E Cam, and they were kind of interchangeable for the most part, but they worked really well on the street. They made good torque, and they sounded phenomenal. And actually, here is yours truly's current car before the Coyote. Let's just have a listen to that E Cam sound. Yeah guys, they sound great. They make great torque, and you can lug them down to about 1500 RPM. They're still solid cams. They're still viable. But the E-Cam, tried and true, baby, and old school. Okay guys, so before I let you go, I do have some honorable mentions that I didn't put on my top 5 list. And again, drop me a comment below if I missed some. I'm sure I did, but drop me a comment below if I missed some. But here we go. The Cervini's Turbo Hood. That would be, we're not even going to number these, but the Cervini's Turbo Hood, that was old school. That was the bomb back then. And that also went in conjunction with the Saleen Whale Tail. You had to have a Saleen Whale Tail. They were on the Saleen Mustangs. They were the baddest things since I don't know what, and everybody and their brother bolted one onto their hatch. It was cool. With your Turbo Hood and your Whale Tail, you would also have the ROH wheels. Now, unfortunately, you can't buy these wheels anymore, but the ROH wheels were probably one of the most popular, especially early 90s. That was it. And of course, it ran through the 90s. However, when you get to 95, you get the last honorable mention, which is the Cobra R wheels. And the Cobra R wheels, after the 95 Cobra R came out, oh God, everybody had, they're still out there. I mean, they were ridiculously popular, but the ROH wheels and the Cobra R wheels, by far some of the most popular foxbody wheels ever. Man, I might tear up a little bit. I'm getting a little nostalgic. Okay, guys, so that is what is up. We went back to the early 90s. I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, drop me a comment below if I missed something, if there was a certain part or wheel or something that I missed that you remember was kind of like the thing back in the foxbody heyday. The good old days. Yeah. All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. I'm freezing, actually. And yeah, so if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. We'll be back. Lots more projects. Stay tuned. Later.